Hey y'all, this video is for the preschool classrooms for July week 3. Lindsay's out of town, so I'm going to make your video for you this week. So you have two Make It Fun activities, thumbs up, thumbs down, and building with cups. And then you'll head out to the large group area for worship and the story. And then you'll come back in for 3 Make It Stick activities. You're going to make maracas, you're going to go bowling for statues, and you're going to make a thumbs up. And then you have small group time. So let's hop to it. First activity is called thumbs up, thumbs down. And in each of your classrooms, you have a piece of paper that looks like this, thumbs down, and a piece of paper that looks like that, thumbs up. In your leader guides, you have a bunch of different scenarios down here. And the kids are going to go to the thumbs up if it's something that's positive, and they're going to go to the thumbs down if it's something that's not good. So you're just going to have them go to the middle of the room, and then you're going to point out the signs on the wall and talk about there's thumbs up, there's thumbs down. I'm going to give you some examples of good ideas and bad ideas. So if it's a good idea, you're going to go to the thumbs up sign. If it's a bad idea, you're going to go to the thumb down sign. And then there's all these different scenarios that they can do. And when you finish, you're just going to say, great job, friends. You know the difference between a good idea and a bad idea, and you know how to do what's right. So today in our Bible story, we're going to hear about another kid just like you who did what was right. Then you're going to play a little game called Building with Cups. And you're just going to say, all right, guys, we're going to work together to build something great. But I don't see any blocks in our room. I know we can use these cups. And in each of your classrooms, you have a bunch of, I'll show you. Oh, now I can't zoom out. Bunch of fun-colored solo plastic cups. And you're just going to use those to build with, and you'll just make a big tower as high as you can. You could split the kids into groups depending on how many kids you have, and just try to make a really tall building. And then you'll close by saying, you guys rock. That is a great building. And today in our Bible story, we're going to talk about a king who built a special building too, and I can't wait to hear about this king. So our large group story is all about young King Josiah. And first service people, you're going to have a brand new storyteller. Her name is Kirsten. I'm super excited about it. So please give her lots of encouragement and great feedback about the story for this week. And again, we're just always reinforcing who can do what God wants you to do, I can do what God wants me to do, and our memory verse. So just to kind of sum it up, talking about, this is kind of the story. Boys go to school when they're 8 and they play things, but Josiah became a king when he was 8 years old. And God knows that kids rock, and he made Josiah a king when he was really young. And when you're a king, you're kind of the boss, and you get to do whatever you want and have whatever you want. But Josiah didn't want those things, all the toys and snacks and all that stuff. He just wanted to follow God. And even though he was a kid, he did good things for people. He tore down bad statues, and he rebuilt the temple where people could worship God. And it all started when he was a kid. He promised to do everything God wanted him to do. So if Josiah could follow God, can we follow God? Yes, and that's kind of the basis of the story. So then when kids get back to the room for your memory verse review, they're going to build maracas. So you've got a bunch of empty water bottles in your classroom with the lids right next to them. And there's a whole case down there of extra empty water bottles in case we run out. And then each classroom has a huge bag of beans. So you're just going to fill up, maybe halfway the water bottles with beans. And then you've got this fun masking tape in here. So for sure, after you fill the water bottles with beans, leaders, make sure that you put some tape around the lid so it doesn't open up. And then you can give kids some strips of tape, and they can decorate their water bottles, or you can help them wrap it around their water bottles too, just to decorate it and make it fun. So you're just going to say, you guys know what? Kids rock. And we're going to say our memory verse today while we shake our maracas. Are you ready to rock? And then you're just going to practice the memory verse, which is God made us to do good works, Ephesians 2:10, while they shake the memory verse. And then you're just going to close by saying, we can do what God wants us to do. So who can do what God wants you to do? I can do what God wants you to do. Then you're going to do a little movement activity, and they are going to play a game called Bowling for Statues. So also in your rooms over there, you have a bowling set. So you're just going to set up the pins, have the kids stand in a certain spot, and you're going to say, so guys, raise your hand if you've ever been bowling. Okay, so we're going to do bowling today, and you guys see these pins that are set up? We're going to pretend like these pins are the bad statues that King Josiah ordered to be destroyed. So we're going to roll the ball, and we're going to knock those bad statues down, all right? And then when you're finished, you're going to say, wow, we've got some awesome bowlers. Great job destroying those statues. I'm so glad that King Josiah chose to do the right thing. Kids rock and you rock because you can do the right thing. And then for your craft, shoot, I had one out, but I put it away. It's just a big piece of paper that has a big thumbs up on it like this. So basically, you're just going to have the kids color in the thumbs up. And you're just going to say, so guys, we're going to make a thumbs up for you to take home today so that you can remember to do what God wants you to do. So you're going to use the crayons to decorate your hand, and you can make it look however you want. And then we're going to put a label on it that says, oh, I didn't know in here if it says because I forget what it says. But I think it's just the bottom line for the day. I can do what God wants me to do. So we can do what God wants us to do, and he wants us to do what's right, just like Josiah in our story. So give me a thumbs up. Great job. So you guys don't have to cut the thumbs out. Just leave it on the piece of paper. They're just going to color it in, and then you'll stick the label on there with the bottom line. So then for small group, again, like always, you've got 3 basic parts to small group. So you're going to kind of revisit the story, revisit the bottom line. Who can do what God wants me to do? I can do what God wants me to do. Say the memory verse. And then you're just going to pray with your kids. You do not have to follow this word for word. The big thing is just review the story with the kids, practice the memory verse, and pray. Okay? So that's it for this Sunday. We've got lots of new things going on out in the hallway area. This classroom is all coming together. We've got some of our new rugs ordered. So this room, we have a green rug. We do not have the blue rug yet. So you might just have to bring the blue rug out with you to large group. But I'm super excited for this Sunday. Thank you guys for serving. Just personally as a mom, what you guys do to teach Trip each and every week. He always knows about his story. He always has so much fun in this classroom. You guys are amazing volunteers. Thank you so much for serving for our preschoolers, and I'll see you tomorrow.